everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube or my Facebook page. Monday morning is usually where I go live, where I'll show a 3D project or I show a fancy fold card. Just make sure if you're on my YouTube that you've subscribed down below, hit the bell and you'll get notified immediately as soon as I do go live. And also another thing, if you don't like when I'm talking with different people when they join me, you can just watch the replay. Make sure that you tell me that you're watching a replay, and then basically you can just scoot on by all that different parts there. But they may have questions for you that you may want as well. So welcome to Monday. Like I say, Monday is where I do a fancy fold card, or I may be doing a 3D project. And I've decided to do a fancy fold card. And yeah, I might be a little rusty this morning. We had a great retreat. Oh my goodness. Tired. It was one of those ones that we were going the whole time, but amazing people. We had a lot of fun, lots of laughs, and great food. So just love that. Thanks to everybody that helped, and especially to my team, because they really put in that extra effort for me, and I truly do appreciate them. All right. Good morning, Marie, and good morning, Christine. Remember to make sure that you say hi when you do come on. Now, good morning, Marjorie. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right. So we are going to use Adventurous Sky today. And let me tell you, it was quite a challenge getting ready for this card class, because what I did last night was I just brought everything into the house. Well, most things into the house. Actually, I think I've got stuff still out in the car. But like to find all the different things, because when you go to pack up, you tend to throw an awful lot of stuff in together. And I tried to be as organized as possible, but well, we all know how good plans go. They go array, right? Awesome. So, like I say, we're going to be using Adventurous Sky. We're using the Designer Series paper. Now, I want to draw attention to this one piece of Designer Series paper. I absolutely love it. You could use these parts just for elements on your card in itself. But you get 2 sheets of this sort of stuff. So we're actually going to use this. My plan was to use these 2 here, but it didn't. I don't think it worked. I could have used this. I could have used that. But I did need a certain size to do it, and it wasn't quite working. So this fancy fold card is, I don't know what to call it. I have to tell you, thanks to Susan Campfield, that inspired me to do this. She calls it some different name, and it just doesn't make sense for me to call it by that name, because it's not me. It's not what I would do. So I just call it a surprise pop-up card. And I think it's pretty cool when you can do this and you can name your own names for cards and that sort of stuff. But it is definitely a pop-up card. So I'll give you the measurements. This will be posted, sometime in the near future on my blog. Now, look at this. I'm looking and I'm going, you know what? I don't even have a bone folder on this table. And that's because of being away, right? Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. We're all good. So I have this one piece. This is thick basic white. You can use any color that you want. Hello, Judy. So this is 5.5 by 11. And I've gone ahead and I'm just going to look at my notes here. I've scored it at 4.25, 5.5, and 6.75. And what we want to do is we want to go and we want to fold that on the 5.5-inch side. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to fold back on this one part here, like that. And then we're going to fold back on this fold as well. And then you want to make sure it's good and even. And that gives you your 4.25 by 5.5-inch card. Let me just go in and just fix that up. So then what you have is this, and this is the way that we're going to work with the card. It's just like this. And what's going to pop up are 2 elements that are here. So I have those as well. And like I say, I've gone ahead and done some pre-cutting on this. Not sure how the end product's going to look, but we're going to give it a really good try. Now the pop-up pieces themselves are, you know what? And I think, oh my goodness, where did those pop-up pieces go? Here we go. We have two pieces that are 3 inches by 4 1/4. And I'm going to show you how we're going to score those. We're going to score those at a 1/2 inch, 3 1/4, and 3 3/4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make these all into mountain folds. Good morning, Lorraine. I don't know about you, but I'm just starting to warm up. It was a cold weekend, that's for sure. So all mountain folds. And see, what's going to happen here is this is going to go on here. And that's going to, when it goes and closes, it's going to pop up. All right. And we're going to do the same. You're going to cut 2 of those. So 3 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And we're scoring at a 1/2 inch, 3 1/4 inch, and 3 3/4 inch. So we're just going to fold all, and we're going to make sure that we have all mountain folds on here. Just like that. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be like this. So when it comes here, and when you see this, this is how you want to know. We're going to decorate it first. So we're going to, whoops, oh my goodness, I'm way out of picture. I am so sorry. So it's just like this. Yeah, I bet that hot tub really helped last night. Some wine helped me last night. So had to go pick up my stuff at Andrea's place. So had a couple of glasses of wine. So that was kind of nice. All right, so that's how this part is going to go, but we want to decorate those. And because we know where this goes, we're just going to go here. And now what we're going to do is decorate. Now I went and I cut, this is probably my favorite out of all the designer series paper, is this particular pattern. And it's on the back of this one here. And these pieces of designer series paper are 2 3/4, 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. So if it's directional paper, you got to make sure. Now, when I put that down like that, I thought, oh, it doesn't really pop up. So I brought in some boho blue. And so this is 2 7/8 by 2 5/8. So we're going to layer those onto both of those there. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not into those kind of names. Oh, that's what her husband called it. Oh, well, if people don't play that game, how are they going to know what it really is? So I'm just calling it a surprise pop-up card. Anyways, so we're just going to do this. I know there was one that was doing a card on the weekend, and we renamed it as well too. It just, that looks a little crooked. So I'm going to bring in my thing here. Susan does come up with some amazing cards, so I must say. Used to blog millions of years ago with her. So, and of course, saw her down in Mexico, so that was nice too. So I just sort of straightened that piece up because I don't think I put it on there properly. All right. So this is just going to go onto here. And like I say, I used most of her measurements. I was going to do a few alterations to them too. And I thought, let's just leave them alone. I wasn't too much into thinking this morning, let me tell you. I even got to sleep in from my retreat. Mind you, Takita did not like the fact I was sleeping in. She wanted to be up and at her. All right, so these pieces are going to go on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those on. Hello, Suzanne. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this piece on here. Oh, I know of another thing I should have on my desk. I don't have it yet, so I'll have to go look for that as well. Yeah, we had an amazing time at our retreat. So this is just going to go here. Now, I'll probably end up putting a sentiment on here as well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use tear and tape. I really like tear and tape. Very good. And I don't know where. Let's see what I've got here. So I apologize for that because usually all that stuff is on my desk and I don't move that particular one. But we're going to come in here and I'm going to put tear and tape right here along this side here. And I'm going to put tear and tape on this side as well. Yes, Lorraine, it does take a bit to get moving after the weekend. It's going to be a slow process. I was going to do some cutting for my my stamp camp, but honestly, I think I'm going to take a day of rest. How's that? So I have to figure out where, you know what, let's go ahead and also put some tear and tape down on this one. Now, this is tear and tape along this one half-inch one there and tear and tape on the last fold. And then I'll show you how this all gets put together. So tear and tape there, tear and tape on the last part of the fold. And then we want to make sure that we've got them going the right way. I like this one. All right, so what I want to do is I am butting this right up this edge here. And if I kind of, let me just bring this in so you can see. This is, I'm butting it up as close to that edge as possible, but not in such a spot that it's going to interfere with what is on the closing. And I'm going to take this part off first. And then what I want to do is I want to get this so this will fit right across there. So that's kind of a good guideline to go across this edge here. And I want to make sure that that's in the middle. Now, if you are OCD, what you can do is you can measure. I'm just going to eyeball. And I'm just going to bring this part. Whoops, let's make sure that's right even there. Maybe if I put my glasses on, I could see a little bit more. So just there, we want it to be straight. And we're just going to push this down like that. So then that is what's going to pop up there. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. We want to match that up together. So again, we're going to go here. And I want to make sure that it's the same place as this one on this side. So I'm kind of, it's looking pretty close. You know what? I could measure, but I don't. I know my rulers are all gone too because I took those this weekend. That looks about right. So I'm just going to come and I'm just going to stick that down lightly. And then, whoops, didn't even stick. So here again, we're going to measure that. Just lightly, I'm sticking it down. See how I'm, yep, that's pretty close. All right, then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we've got that good and stuck. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off. I'm going to tuck this completely over on the two like that. And then I'm just closing the back of this card. And then when you see that, see how that's going to pop up. And that's what gives you that square. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to fold. Oh, it's not quite right, is it? Fold this part over like that. Take this off. and fold this part of the card down. Hello, Colleen. And hi, Bobby. You're waiting for rain. We had so much rain on the weekend. We had so much. All right, so there we have that part of the card. So when it opens, it pops up. All right. Now at that point, I don't know if I could close this part down, and I think I will. I'm going to actually, yes, I don't know if she did this or not, but I am doing this. I'm going to take this like this and do that, and that's going to close in on itself. That's going to keep that so it's fairly closed, and then I can use my bone folder and keep that down. Now if I wanted to, I could put another piece on there, which I think I might just do. And I'm hoping I'm not. And then we're just going to fold that down on itself. Fold this like that. And then when this pops up, it also stays closed. Now, another idea that you could do with this, and maybe I might give that a try. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe even a gift card in here, possibly, right? All right. So other parts of this DSP is also these clouds that are amazing. And you know what? Do I have those? I cut these 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. I could have actually gone a little bit wider, couldn't I? I could have gone 1/2 inch. But you know what? Let's just put that there. That's kind of corresponding with the stuff there. I want to make sure they're up the right way. Hi, Jan. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Going to have to write on the back. Yep, you're right. Going to have to write on the back. And, you know, sometimes with some of these fancy fold cards, we're kind of taken away from being able to write that sort of stuff. You could, I'm a very small, I don't write too much on my cards, probably for lack of knowing what to say sometimes. But you could write in the back, or you could write down here. You could write to so-and-so down here. Now I have to also, I have a piece, I'm thinking, let's see, do I want to put that on there? Yeah, I could put this across here, the sentiment, or the sentiment here. I like that card, but you know what? I think I don't know where I want it. I'll just take this now. And I really like this. Oh my goodness. Like I say, it was a very long weekend. And I think I'm going to do it in boho blue. And this one is the best, plain and simple. See how that's going to work there. That worked okay. A lot of people ask me why I don't put the stickers on the back there. And I don't, because I sell all my stamp sets when they retire. So I'm going to put that on there, I think. And I'm going to do it down flat. I'm not going to put it on with a dimensional because it could quite possibly go there. So like I say, just like that. There we go. Now we have to decorate the front of the card. So kind of looks like a book fold card. Do you remember? Oh, I should do that card. It's a really nice book fold card, but this one is a pop-up card. But it does kind of look like a book fold, doesn't it? All right, so on the front of the card, we have it with the basic white. So I thought boho blue, and then I used the metal plate for that. I think the metal plate goes kind of along with the idea of the plain. I liked this paper here, but I didn't like it straight on there. So let's just do this part here. So I went and I cut a label. Now this piece happens to be, oh my goodness, how this is so sad. I don't even know where my, so this piece is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. So this piece will be 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. I just wanted a very, very small white border around there. Is there a right and a wrong way here? Could be. From Free Shipping Day. Yes. I've used this one a lot. This is my monthly card class this Saturday. No, this Sunday that we have for it. So oops. And that is going to go on here. And then I thought, well, what we could do too is I'm going to come in with my memento, and I'm going to stamp this biplane. Hello, Holly. From Porter, Indiana. Well, welcome. So I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to come in with my boho blue, and I think I'm going to try this. I'm not sure how it's going to look. I have this cloud one. I can go on this one, this stamp set here. And here. So if there's any fanciful cards that you would like to see me do, make sure you put it in the comments. I really do appreciate it when you give me a hand. Same with techniques. If there's certain ones, I also, when I do my techniques, I do those on Tuesday. When there we go. And then and if I've already done them, I can do a different way of doing it. Now, for the simplicity, I've gone ahead and cut these two out. And you can see this one kind of slid a bit. So I'm just going to go with my snips. And I'm just going to trim off this bottom part, because sometimes if that happens, that's what you can do, is just trim this bottom part off. Just to take off a little bit so it looks a little bit better. And a little bit on this side as well. Couldn't find my Post-it note tape to do this, so tape it on there. All right, so then I think the best color to use for this biplane, we'll see if this is going to work on here. Is that going to work okay? Sure. And it would be kind of nice to put another sentiment on there, but I don't know if there's anything that's appropriate. Happy birthday, you're the best, plain and simple. That would work. I think I'll put a happy birthday on there too. All right, so I'm going to come in with that plane, and I'm going to color it, and I'm going to use the boho blue on this one. Like I always say, I like to cut this out first. Can you imagine if I cut that out and it slid that much more? I would have been really upset. And I'm just going to actually use that boho blue, the same light boho blue, just to give it that extra dimension on there, instead of bringing the dark in. And then I'm just going to have this go around. That's the movement of the propeller. And then I'm just coming in with my light gray granite. And then let's just get the wings. Whoops, I see a part that I missed. Yeah, so tomorrow is Technique Tuesday. Don't know what I'm doing yet. Honestly, I didn't think of much on the weekend except for the people that were there. It was a lot of fun. A lot of laughs. We had a mariachi singer, not a singer. Yeah, she was playing music and dancing. It was so much fun. We have the next one booked. So it's a first come, first serve for the people that were there to begin with. And then, yeah. But we can't do it till next year, unfortunately. But we're working on something else for the fall for the people around here. All right, so let's just get a little bit of dark and some definition in here. And you can see that when I color, I do a lot more loose coloring on here. I find it's easier, and then you're not. I just need to put some more of this on here to get those down to the wings. And then what we want to do is we want to come in with our Wing Stella. And this is another one that I know isn't on here. And let's put that Wing Stella, excuse me, around where the propeller would go. And that gives the illusion of the propeller moving as well. Excuse me. Okay, so this can go here. Actually, it would have been good with the gray on there. You know, I'm going to come in and we're going to give this a try. Just going to put a tiny bit of gray granite, light gray granite, in with these clouds. It kind of adds just a little bit more to it. Yes, Dorothy, this is such a fun set. All right, so we're going to put that there. We're going to put this here. Actually, we'll have that go kind of going through the cloud. And now what I'm going to need too is I'm going to have to do that happy birthday. And I think we'll do that also. I think we'll do that happy birthday like in Memento. And I need to cut off a strip of this. So, I know I've got lots of these strips. So just bear with me. I just grab another piece. And it's about a 1/2 inch. So let's just come in with a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Happy birthday. 3/8 of an inch. I think I'll do a 1/2 inch. Is that going to be too big? No, 1/2 inch will be good. And then I'll come in with this happy birthday. This is a really big block for this happy birthday. So we have to make sure. Now, I'm using Memento, so it's not really in because it's that. Let's see how that's going to work. Yeah, that's okay in the black. I was thinking maybe in the boho blue or night of navy, but the more I see it is no. All right, so let's put this part together. And then this goes. So we're going to center that on there. Oops. Let's put this. We'll just put the clouds on there. Come in with our dimensionals. The other part that I love with this particular stamp set is this one here. I think it's kind of cool. Wonder how that would look if it was stamped onto the plane. Well, it's pretty hard. Okay. The dies, you could cut a die cut plane out with this bundle as well. All right, so let's just come in and get that done. So just like this. And this is going to go here. And I think what I might do is maybe chevron that. So there's two ways you can do it. I don't like a deep chevron, so I'm just actually going to cut that down a bit. And then you can just cut in here. Like I say, I don't like a deep one. So if you cut down to the center, that's what makes that easier. So just like that. Let's see how that would work. Just going to cut a bit more off of here. And let's come in with our dimensionals. Yes, Jocelyn, for sure. Watch the replay. Measurements, I do go over them a couple of times. I didn't give the measurements really for this part. But this is 4 by 5 1/4, and then we're going to put that onto the front of the card. Whoops. You can get that backing off. So we'll just put that right about there. Now, of course, we have those trinkets that go along with this. I find them very big, but I find because you always want to go in uneven numbers, I'm going to put that there with just one. And I would say let's use a glue dot, which we should use, but where did my glue dots go to? I guess I should have unpacked before I started this video, but if I did that, we wouldn't be here till about 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. So I'm just going to use a glue dot here, put it onto the back. Like I say, it's quite a heavy element, but fun. And that's just going to go right like that there. All right. And you get 40 of them in here, but they're heavy. So if you put 3 on, to me, 3 is just too many for a card. So that's going to go onto the front of the card. Yeah, I think there's another way that I could think of doing something else with this. You know, it's quite funny. I think this card is, it's just a matter of what you call it, right? I'm just saying it's a surprise pop-up card. There we go. So there's the card. Let's go in. Now it's quite bulky, but it does fit into an envelope, and very easily into an envelope. I guess you're just going to have to trust me on that one. But there, like I say, or we could have done some stamping down here. You can write onto the back of the card. But yeah, there's your card. There's your specially pop-up card. So I hope you like that. We could have tied in a little bit more. See, what I wanted to do was use this piece here. Which one? One of these ones from the front. I just love this one here. I thought that would have been really nice, but it just wasn't wide enough. So it could have used the other one, or we could have put a tag on there too. Lots of different options that you can do. So I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do that. Thank you. Thanks so much. So yeah, so remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video. Remember, if you live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Don't forget about that fantastic join offer where you get all the in colors and everything else. I'd love for you to be on my team. Of course, you'd have to live in Canada in order to do that. But that or and if you live in the States or wherever you live, it is such a great deal. Reach out to a demonstrator and join the Stampin' Up community because it is amazing. All right, you guys. Remember, I'll be here at 4:30 tomorrow Pacific time with the technique. Not sure exactly what I'm doing. If you have an idea, reach out, let me know. And like I say, if I've done something similar to it, what I'll do is I'll just do with a twist or add a little bit more to it. All right, you guys. Have a great day. Bye for now.